If you've ever thought about starting a business but felt stuck because you don't have a ton of money or a specific skill set, you're not alone. But here's the thing, most people overlook a simple, in-demand service that real estate agents are actively paying for right now. I'm talking about starting a virtual assistant business specifically for real estate agents. With the housing market staying competitive and agents drowning in paperwork, lead follow-ups, and scheduling, the demand for reliable help has never been higher. You can get started with just a laptop, a reliable internet connection, and a few free or low-cost tools. No fancy degree required. But here's the catch. Most beginners jump in without understanding the specific tasks agents actually need, which leads to frustration and wasted time. In this video, I'll walk you through exactly how this business works, how to find your first clients, what you can realistically earn, and the common mistakes to avoid. So let's start with why real estate agents are desperate for help and how you can step in to solve their biggest headaches. Scene 1. What this business is and how it makes money. A virtual assistant for real estate agents is exactly what it sounds like. You help agents run their business from a remote setup. This matters because most agents are overwhelmed with tasks that keep them away from actually selling homes. In simple terms, you handle the behind-the-scenes work like managing their schedule, updating property listings, and organizing client communications. You might also handle light bookkeeping, social media posts, or follow-up emails for leads. A realistic truth is that this is not just answering phones, it's about being a reliable systems person who keeps things running smoothly. The upside is you get paid for your time and skills, usually by the hour or through a monthly retainer, which gives you steady income. A practical takeaway is to start by offering a package of specific services for a flat monthly fee, so both you and the agent know what to expect. Now let's look at why this business is especially smart to start right now. Scene 2. Why this business is attractive right now. The real estate market has gotten more competitive, and agents are desperate for more hours in their day. That's why virtual assistant services have become a huge help. Agents can scale without hiring full-time staff. The idea is simple. You take over their busy work so they can focus on closing deals and building relationships. Right now, remote work is totally normal, so no one thinks twice about hiring a virtual assistant from anywhere in the country. One mistake beginners often make is underpricing their services because they don't realize how much agents are willing to pay for reliability. The big benefit is that once you prove your value, agents tend to stay with you long-term, giving you predictable, recurring revenue. A good first step is to look at local real estate listings and notice how many agents are solo. Those are your potential clients. Next, let's talk about who this business is actually a good fit for. Scene 3. Who this business is a good fit for. If you're the type of person who loves organizing things and keeping track of details, this could be perfect for you. That matters because real estate agents need someone who can handle chaos without getting flustered. In plain language, you need to be comfortable with basic tech tools like spreadsheets, email, and maybe a customer relationship management system. You don't have to be a real estate expert to start, but a little knowledge about how buying and selling works helps a lot. A common pitfall is thinking this job is super easy. It's actually fast-paced and requires great communication skills. The benefit is that you can work from home, set your own hours, and choose which agents you want to help. A simple takeaway is that if you enjoy making other people's lives easier, you've already got the right mindset. Now let's go over what it actually costs to get this business off the ground. Scene 4. Startup costs, tools, or equipment needed. One of the best parts about this business is that you can start with very little money up front. That's important because you don't want to sink a lot of cash into something before you know it works. You really just need a reliable laptop, a strong internet connection, and a phone line for calls. For software, you'll want something like Google Workspace for email and calendars, a simple CRM like HubSpot, and maybe a project management tool like Trello. A realistic mistake is buying every shiny tool before you even land your first client. Keep it lean instead. The upside is that your ongoing costs are low, so almost every dollar you earn is profit after the first month. A practical takeaway is to use free trials or free tiers of software until you have steady income. With that out of the way, let me walk you through what a typical day actually looks like. B's minus scene 5. What the work actually looks like day to day. A typical morning starts with checking your agent's emails and sorting out anything urgent before they even wake up. From there, you might update a property listing, add new leads to their database, or send out appointment reminders. You could also be coordinating showings with other agents, following up on past clients, or drafting social media posts. The honest truth is that a lot of the work is repetitive, like data entry and scheduling, but that's exactly why agents pay you to do it. A pitfall to watch out for is taking on too many clients at once, which can lead to burnout and mistakes. The benefit is that no 2 days are exactly the same, and you get to see your impact in real time when deals close smoothly. A helpful insight is to create standard templates and checklists so you can handle tasks quickly and consistently. Now that you know the daily rhythm, let's talk about the first practical steps you need to take to get started. EWZ Scene 6. The first practical steps to get started. The very first thing you should do is decide which specific tasks you want to offer, like schedule management or lead follow-up. This matters because agents want clarity on what you can do, not a vague promise to help out. Next, spend a little time learning common real estate terms and how the typical transaction process works. Then set up a simple one-page website or a clean LinkedIn profile that lists your services and experience. A mistake beginners make is waiting until everything is perfect. Instead, just start reaching out to agents with a friendly email or direct message. The benefit is that you can land your first client within a week if you stay consistent with outreach. A solid first step is to offer to do one small task for free, like organizing their contact list, to prove your value. That will naturally open the door to more conversations and, finding your first real estate agent client can feel like the hardest part, but it's actually simpler than you think. You don't need a big marketing budget or a fancy website to get started. The smartest move is to start with agents you already know or can easily reach. Think about any real estate agents in your personal network, like friends, family, or neighbors who sell homes. A common mistake is waiting for clients to find you instead of reaching out directly with a clear offer. You can also join local real estate Facebook groups and offer a free trial day to show what you can do. The key is to focus on one or two agents and give them amazing service right away. Once you land that first client, you'll have a real example to show the next agent you approach. Pricing your services is where a lot of new virtual assistants trip up and leave money on the table. You want to be affordable, but you also need to value your time and skills properly. A good starting point is to charge by the hour, usually between $25 and $40 for basic tasks. As you get faster and more experience, you can raise your rates or switch to monthly packages. The biggest pitfall is charging too little just to get a client, which leads to burnout and resentment. Remember that agents are used to paying for help, so they expect a fair price for reliable work. A simple way to start is to offer a flat monthly rate for a set number of hours or tasks. Getting your pricing right early on will make this business sustainable and profitable for the long haul. Let's talk about the money you can actually expect to earn in this business. Realistically, a part-time virtual assistant for real estate agents can bring in $1,000 to $2,000 a month. If you go full-time and build a solid client base, that number can climb to $4,000 or $5,000 monthly. Some experienced VAs with multiple clients earn over $6,000 a month without working crazy hours. The truth is, your income depends on how many agents you serve and how efficiently you work. You're not going to get rich overnight, but you can build a steady, reliable income that grows over time. A realistic goal for your first year is to replace a part-time job with consistent VA work. Once you see that first payment hit your account, you'll know this business is real and worth building. If this virtual assistant idea is clicking with you, I'd love to hear your thoughts in the comments. What part of getting started feels the most challenging right now? Is it finding clients, learning real estate software, or setting your rates? Drop a quick answer and let's talk about it. While you're here, make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss the next breakdown. And hit that like button. It helps other people find this practical path too. Stick around because there's more coming on how to make this kind of business work. Your input really helps shape what we cover next. Every new virtual assistant makes mistakes, but you can skip the worst ones if you know what to watch for. One of the biggest errors is taking on too many clients at once and burning out fast. Another common mistake is not setting clear boundaries about when you're available to work. You should always have a written agreement that spells out your tasks, hours, and payment terms. Beginners also tend to say yes to everything, even tasks outside their skill set, which leads to stress. The upside is that these mistakes are easy to avoid once you know they're coming. Start with one client, set a schedule, and stick to what you're good at doing. Learning from other people's slip-ups will save you time, frustration, and lost income. There are other virtual assistants out there, but you can stand out without being the cheapest option. The best way to differentiate yourself is to specialize in the exact tasks agents hate doing most. If you become really good at managing their email inbox or scheduling showings, agents will remember you. You can also stand out by being super responsive and reliable, which is rare in any industry. A common mistake is trying to be everything to everyone, which just makes you blend in. Instead, pick 2 or 3 services you do exceptionally well and lead with those. Another simple trick is to learn the specific software agents use, like CRM tools or listing platforms. When you make an agent's life noticeably easier, they will choose you over a dozen other options. Once you have a happy client, the easiest way to grow is to ask for referrals and do great work. Real estate agents talk to each other constantly, so one satisfied client can bring you several more. You should always ask your current client if they know another agent who needs help. A simple email or text after a few weeks of work can lead to your next big opportunity. The mistake here is assuming clients will refer you without you ever asking them directly. The benefit is that referrals come faster and easier than cold outreach ever will. You can also offer a small discount to your client if they send someone your way. Building that momentum is what turns a side gig into a real, growing business, and that's exactly what we'll talk about next. Once you've landed your first client, you can't just sit back and hope more show up. Consistent marketing is what keeps your pipeline full and your calendar booked. The simplest way to market yourself is to stay visible where real estate agents already hang out. Post helpful content in local real estate Facebook groups or LinkedIn, showing you understand their daily headaches. A big mistake is trying to market to everyone at once. Focus only on real estate agents and their specific pain points. When you consistently share tips about property listing management or CRM cleanup, agents start seeing you as the go-to expert. Even just one helpful post a week can bring in a steady stream of inquiries over time. Let's move into how you turn those small jobs into something that really grows your income. Most virtual assistants start with small tasks like data entry or email management, and that's totally fine. The real growth happens when you prove your value and then offer higher level services. Once an agent trusts you with their calendar, you can suggest adding social media scheduling or lead follow-up. Start by tracking the time you save them and show a simple report, like I saved you 10 hours this week. A common pitfall is staying too small because you're afraid to raise your rates or ask for more responsibility. But when you deliver results, most agents are happy to pay more for services that directly boost their closings. A good goal is to bump your monthly retainer by 20 to 30% within your first 6 months. Now, let's be real about the challenges you'll face along the way. For a deeper look at building this virtual assistant business, head over to www.wealthylifetribe.com. You'll find checklists, recommended tools, and real examples of how others got started. It's not about hype, it's about practical steps that actually move the needle. Whether you're researching or ready to launch, those resources can save you time. The site also covers AI tools and automation that can make your VA work more efficient. Think of it as a home base for learning without the fluff. No pressure, no upsells, just helpful content for people who want to build something real. Go check it out whenever you're ready for the next piece of the puzzle. This business isn't a magic money button, and there will be frustrating days. One challenge you'll face is agents who are disorganized or slow to respond to your questions. You have to set clear boundaries early, like specific working hours and how you prefer to receive instructions. Another truth is that some months will be slow, especially when the real estate market dips. Don't panic and drop your prices. Instead, use slow periods to improve your systems or reach out to past clients. The upside is that agents are generally loyal once they see you're reliable, so a few tough weeks don't define the whole year. Keep a small emergency fund of 2 to 3 months of expenses to smooth out the bumps. But before you jump in, let's talk about who might want to think twice about this path. If you hate repetitive tasks and need constant variety, this might feel boring after a while. Virtual assisting for agents involves a lot of routine work like data entry, calendar updates, and transaction paperwork. You should also think twice if you struggle with setting firm boundaries or saying no to extra requests. Another red flag is if you expect steady, predictable income from day one, this business takes time to build. People who dislike working alone for long stretches might also find it lonely without a team nearby. But if you enjoy being organized, solving problems, and helping others succeed, you'll likely thrive. The key is being honest with yourself about your own personality and needs before you start. If you're still interested, here's a simple 30-day plan to get moving. Day 1 through 7, set up your basic tools, a simple website or LinkedIn profile, a contract template, and a payment method. Week 2, research the top 5 real estate agencies in your area and learn what software they use. Week 3, reach out to at least 10 agents with a friendly, personalized message offering to help with one specific task for free. By week 4, follow up with everyone who didn't respond and start refining your offer based on feedback. A common mistake is overcomplicating this. Don't build a perfect website or spend money on ads yet. The beauty of this plan is that it keeps you taking action instead of just planning forever. Even if you only land one client in 30 days, that's a solid foundation to build on. And with that foundation in place, let's wrap up with why this whole thing can be worth the effort. Starting a virtual assistant business for real estate agents is one of those moves that feels risky but pays off in quiet, steady ways. You get to work from home, set your own hours, and directly see how your help lets an agent sell more homes. It's not glamorous, but it's real work that builds real freedom over time. The best part is you don't need a degree or a ton of money to begin, just a willingness to learn and a little patience. Some days you'll wonder if it's worth it, but the first time an agent thanks you for saving their weekend, you'll know. Every small step you take compounds, and within a year you can have a reliable income that grows with you. So pick one action from that 30-day plan and start today, because waiting will not make it easier. You got everything you need to make this work, and I'm rooting for you. You now have a clear picture of how a virtual assistant business for real estate agents actually works. It's a practical path that starts with learning the specific tasks agents need help with, and then offering real solutions. Take a moment to think about what your very first step could be tomorrow. If this video helped you see a possibility, please hit like and subscribe. It really supports the channel. For more step-by-step guidance like this, visit www.wealthylifetribe.com. You'll find practical resources, learning support, and motivation to keep moving forward. Our community is built around helping each other turn opportunities like this into real income. So go ahead, subscribe, and drop by the site. Your next step might start today.